Going on, everybody? Got quite a little bit more to look at today. Definitely a lot more to look at the open here. I got three stocks that I'm gonna have to pay a lot of close attention to. I might take a few trades this morning if I get the opportunity to, but definitely MNK is gonna be the big one today. It's breaking out of a wedge. I haven't drawn it yet. Getting ready to open here in a couple seconds. But short float's huge. Everything looks pretty green for it here, so this will be the one to take if it sets up for me here. Spread's getting a little crazy. I don't know. Okay, there's the volume. This thing might just want to take off straight to the start. My target was going to be up here, probably 20. But if that's what it's going to do, that's what it's going to do. I might hit it right now. You can see right at pre-market, I mean, it never turned around. And it is gone. Nope. Alright, no gap and goes, it looks like. Might be some opening range plays, though. Taking off past everything here. Take this to 50. I think I'm actually going to. I missed it. Spy's turning around, that's why that one would have been a good trade. The stock has put in a crazy move already. I don't know how much further it can go. Macy's looks a little bit better. I missed that one too. Don't really have much of it. Oh, it looks like a crackdown everywhere. Don't really have much of a target. I mean, it already moves so much. Circuit breaker. Well, something weird's going on here. I could short it. I don't want to long it. Shorted about 90. Shorted at 90 for 1,000 shares. Definitely, well, was a hidden seller. Now it looks like it, yeah, now it's ready to take off. Well, I missed that move. That was unfortunate, but it might come up here. We might see a bounce. MNK took off. I'm surprised. What I want to see it do is come up here, consolidate for about a candle, and then I want to take a short underneath the consolidation. I'd like to see it move up some more. Be getting in here. Alright, that looks good enough for me. If it, I want to see it consolidate here, and I want to take it short, probably somewhere around low 50s. Just depending on what it does here. Looks like about 55. I can take 1,000. I don't want to do that right now. Alright, I'm going for it. I'm in. Target profit will be about 40. Bid's there, but it's stepping out of the way pretty quick. I'm gonna take half here. I would like to make some money and not lose any money, so I don't have too much patience with anything, really. I'm seeing a lot of green right now. Can't tell if there's some kind of hidden buyer or hidden seller or what exactly that was there, but that 50 was not breaking. Alright, stop loss is that 51. This will probably be a lot faster than I will. So just have it in, just in case. $50 trade, start the day, that's fine. Entry was actually pretty good. It got down to low 40s. I wanted to see it about 40, but I don't know. These trades are supposed to be fast. They're not supposed to be kind of this slow. Maybe I was a little impatient. I mean, now it might start making a turn, but I don't know. I was seeing a lot of green there. I wasn't too comfortable with it, I guess. Either way, not seeing too much right now, so I'll have to flip back on if I find anything else. Okay, I'm looking at AKRX here. Kind of got a triangle and a VWAP drop going on right now. I'm going to have to just kind of gauge it myself here with a market order. I want to take it under the break of the whole number. I'm not gonna be able to tell at all. Yeah, it's a hidden buyer. I'm only risking about 8 cents. Actually, this thing could move. I shouldn't even do that. Because if this is gonna, if it's gonna fake me out, I mean, this thing can squeeze 20 cents. I don't want a $200 loser on me. I'm short, but that's what I'm talking about. If it's not gonna go, it's not gonna go. I can definitely do it again though. Yeah, glad I didn't take 1,000 shares. Alright, well, if it gets back down there, I'll turn it back on. Okay, I'm looking at CSA here for short. It's not the cleanest triangle, but it is pretty much a bull flag or a bear flag. I got the fives coming down on it here. It's just kind of doing a little bit of consolidation. I think that if we break this point here, it could go lower, and we could see probably a test of low of the day here. So I got an order in at 28. Risk is about 38 here. So I got 1,000 shares in. SPY was dropping for a little bit. It looks like we turned red now. Sector's dropping. If he wants to get down there. One, two, was a 3, was a 4. Have to see what it does here. It's kind of trying to move higher. I think there's a hidden seller here. I don't know, I think I'll have to come back to this. Okay, I'm gonna be finished for the day. I had some time to think about some things. I guess the biggest thing is, in my practice, I've been realizing that I'm making a lot of money in the morning. Like, within the first 5 minutes, you know, all my opening strategies, right at the open, are the ones that are definitely the most profitable. Those are the ones that have been working, like, 90% of the time, especially in the past couple of weeks with the ones that I've been trading in practice. I mean, the numbers have been really good, so, I mean, obviously I should be applying the same thing to my real trading, and in this case today, I mean, I missed out on a lot of money because I wasn't fast enough and I wasn't able to pull the trigger in time and decide, you know, no questions about it, you know, I'm going to take this trade and I'm going to be in it right now, and I need to put the order in right now. So I mean, CSA here, I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect opening range breakdown play. You get the big spike down, kind of a retest, not exactly halfway the entire candle, and then it just rolls over. And I mean, I had the order and I just didn't click the sell button. I mean, this thing, that's a $300 trade in like 40 seconds, and I mean, I could have had a huge start to the day. For all I know, I could have ended the day green. I might have even walked away at that point. But I mean, it happened here. It happened on MNK. You get the big spike up, small pullback, and then it moves to new highs. And it's the same situation with Macy's. You get this big spike up, pulls back, and then just take off from there. I mean, it's the same situation with Macy's. I had my order in, I just didn't click the button. So the big thing that I need to do with my trading is I need to really make sure that I'm trading the open as opposed to just watching it. And then for some reason I haven't been finding any trades lately at all in the afternoon, like after the first 30 minutes. So I mean, I'm always looking for the VWAP plays, any symmetrical triangles. So I took 3 trades on CSA today. First one was a VWAP bounce. I saw it get up there. It kind of consolidated here for a few seconds, maybe 10-20 seconds, and then I was like, alright, looks pretty good for a short. I remember seeing volume coming in, saw a whole bunch of red, had a pretty nice move in. I got in at 55, so I mean, a pretty good entry on this. Got down to 46. I ended up getting out totally at about 50. I mean, I gave it a little bit of a chance to keep moving farther, but I didn't want to let it go too far, so I ended up getting the rest out at 51. I remember there was a hidden seller or something there at 50. Took AKRX for a VWAP drop, I believe. So 45. Yes, 45. I mean, it's kind of choppy, really. It's definitely not the cleanest VWAP drop play. You start the day with a huge doji, and then it just kind of just a bunch of choppiness, really. I mean, this is certainly not an A+ setup, but it was good enough for me to take it. So the moving average just coming down on, especially the 9. I mean, I wanted to catch it. So we get the big spike, we get the open pop, drops below VWAP, comes back up, sits above it. Kind of isn't really making new highs. So I figured that once it, broke below this, broke below the whole number here, we could really see this thing move down even more than it already is. I mean, the stock's down 30%. Kind of would have expected it to do a little bit more action, really, than what it's doing. I mean, I just got in, just didn't do anything. So I stopped out at 14. Kind of late, I guess, but I mean, I gave it really a full minute to, make a move, and it just didn't make a move. So I guess I'm glad I got out when I did. I think this was the trade too, where I almost took 1,000 shares instead of just 500 shares, because I looked at my risk. I mean, I was in at 20.99. My risk was about 21.10. So I mean, that is 10 cents. It's 1,000 shares. But I mean, looking at each and every one of these candles, they're all moving 20-25 cents. So I mean, that could have been a $150 loss. I mean, I would have been down $100 at that point of the day. So I mean, it's not a terrible trade, but I mean, could have been better, I guess. I don't know. I think I would still take this trade if I saw it tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly. XLV. So, I mean, the sector wasn't exactly helping, nor not helping. Same with the SPY. I guess the SPY's sitting up, so I don't know, just a loss. Lose the trade, not much else you can do about it, I guess. Maybe the circuit breaker has something to do with it. I don't know. Other trades that I took, more CSA. So it looks like I took it at 10:08. Yes, thinking that it was going to be a volume squeeze. We were going to squeeze above VWAP, go retest the maybe the 5 minute, maybe the 50, maybe this recent high. Either way, I knew that I wanted to get in as soon as I saw this volume. So with these VWAP plays, what I always like to see is I like to see it really look just like this. Come on. I really like to see it be, around the area. It's just kind of consolidating and bouncing and getting shorter and shorter until finally it just makes that drop or that squeeze. Because you see here, really, it's just got this, it's just slowly getting there. So in this case, I saw the volume coming. It kind of, we had the bounce there, and then it failed to make a new low. And then we slowly started creeping back up, getting above the moving averages. And then we really got some volume coming in. Once I saw the volume, I was like, okay, this should be a pretty good squeeze here. And I could probably, retest this high right here. So I got in, it didn't consolidate under VWAP is what I usually like to see. So maybe the problem with this one is because we had this huge volume, but it's a different story if this huge volume is underneath VWAP, because if it takes that much huge volume and it's still not breaking, well, that compared to already being broken above VWAP, there's no, after seeing this volume and being above VWAP, it should have made a move. If it's making this volume and it's below VWAP and it still hasn't made a move yet, well, it could still make a move, but this is already the move. So maybe I was getting a little bit of like a fear of missing out, because it's not exactly what I want to see on a squeeze. The squeeze, I want to see it consolidate below, and that's not below it. That's above it. So it was not a huge loser. It was only a $60 loss. I got out at 50, so as it broke underneath the VWAP, that's fine. I definitely took my losses today pretty quickly. I had 3 losses, and I'm down 150. So if I'm risking about $100 each and every trade, and I'm only losing, I don't know, 60. I guess I'm saving some risk. Other than that, CMCSA has just been all over the place. And the last trade that I took on it was a triangle. I don't think it was that. I think it was this one. So essentially it was something like this. Again, that's not it. Where did I take this? So I bought here, and then back at 20, I tried to short it over here. Okay. So essentially this is what I was looking at. So we got the 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 points for a triangle. Looks great. Even on the 5 minutes, it looks pretty good. That's all we're looking for is a triangle. Essentially this is a bear flag. We just got this big consolidation around VWAP. I think the problem with this one is that whenever these moving averages start to come into play, I think of it like a race instead of just being patient and waiting to see what the stock does. So whenever I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, well the 50 is in play now. If we hit this point right here, which this says 46, and I'm pretty sure I put my entry in at 45. So if the low of this candle is 46 and it never touched 45, how am I in the trade? But that's besides the point. So I got the 50 coming down on it, and I'm like, okay, if we hit this point, like right now, we can get below this 50, and then we won't have to worry about it being, around the 50 at all. Maybe we could break away from it or something. And I think maybe I'm trying to rush these trades too much whenever stuff like that happens. I'm really trying to make sure that I get in, and I think that's another situation of fear of missing out. So I think what I should have done in this case is I should have been a lot more patient, because I think at the time, what was this, 1020? Yeah, at the time, the sector's not really doing anything, and the SPY's moving up in that new high of day, so really this was definitely a FOMO trade. Because really what I should have done is waited for this 50. Because once this 50 comes into play like this, and you can see it's already starting to get underneath these things, I'm really pushing it by trying to get in on this trade and try and beat the 50 moving average before it gets, before it ruins the trade. And really I should have been a lot more patient on it. So I'm getting in at 45. It's just the low, I guess. I was that guy, I guess. And then I gave it a chance, and then it came up above 52 and stopped myself out. Kind of still bouncing around. Just everything today has been pretty crazy. Macy's, what is going on with Macy's all of a sudden? I don't know. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have taken that trade. I don't know. That's crazy though. I don't know if that's news or something, but I'm finishing the day down $157. I'm not gonna say it feels good, but it feels good to, be seeing more things, I guess, and kind of figuring out really where my edge is at right now. My edge is in the first 5 minutes of the day. So tomorrow, I definitely got to make sure that I'm prepared, ready for anything and everything at the open. And I mean, I got to take the trade. If I see the trade in the open, those are the trades where I'm making those big $200 trades. I mean, this $157 really doesn't matter at all if I hit this trade. I mean, sometimes these trades are going to be big enough where, it can dig me out of the hole that I've been in since the start of the year. So, I mean, if I hit one of these trades, I'm almost right back in it. But got some work to do today. Be back again tomorrow. And thanks for watching.